This is Eagle Al, and let's get straight into it. Seemed like a lot of AJ Brown news is going to come out today, man. So AJ Brown, let me hide this really quick. He went on a somewhat Twitter rant. It's AJ Brown. You expect him to go on Twitter rants. So PFF Fantasy Football, we got to keep that in mind. PFF Fantasy Football put this out. Choose your WR1. AJ Brown or Ceedee Lamb. So AJ Brown, he decided to respond, and I will read it respectfully. Stop comparing me to Ceedee. He plays the slot, and I play the outside and inside. Compare him to Cooper Kupp or guys like that. It's not the same, which I agree. I totally agree. I don't think Ceedee Lamb should be compared to AJ Brown or AJ Brown to Ceedee Lamb. You should compare Ceedee Lamb to Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp 1 year had like about 2,000 yards, I think. So that's no slight. But I think you should compare guys like A.J. Brown to DK Metcalfs, the DeAndre Hopkins, and things like that, primarily outside receivers. You should compare Ceedee Lamb to like the Terry McLaurin and stuff of the world. Even Devontae Smith. Those are more his tier, in my opinion. That these are top tier guys I'm talking about. So I agree with him with that. And he also, tweeted again. I'm assuming he was reading comments. We're talking about AJ Brown. Of course he's reading comments. I'm not taking shots at him either because he is cool, and y'all know I don't care about the rivalry either. AJ Brown already put that out. It kills me when he say that. But I know he's going to give his 110, 120, 200% all the time. The rivalry means not Eagles and Cowboys. So he didn't grow up an Eagles fan or a Cowboys fan. So he really don't understand it. He said, when I got to the Eagles, this rivalry is real. Cowboys and Eagles. So he's saying that like because he a Cowboy, I'm not saying that because of that. I just don't like the comparison. It's unfair. I shouldn't be compared to him. He shouldn't be compared to me. And then just before I shot this video, and this is the tweet, that's why I came up like that, because I just put it on my computer. He said, the internet is weird. Of course, AJ Brown is possibly reading comments again. The internet is weird. I'm a fan. And he knows that. The rivalry is weird. I was just saying we are two different positions. And I agree. I agree with AJ Brown 100%. But this is where I disagree with AJ Brown. It's fantasy football that's putting this out. So fantasy football, they would compare as long as you play the same position. So what they mean by WR1, meaning who would you draft? Who would you pick, AJ Brown or Ceedee Lamb? Who's going to get the most yards or touchdowns? Not far as skill set. They're not going that deep. They just fantasy football. Who you think will have bigger games? Who will give you more points? Who will fit on your fantasy team? So it's not like, we about to compare, like I said, DK Metcalf to AJ Brown, like a real comparison, a real debate. This is more of who fits in your fantasy lineup. And if you could get that one receiver off the board, who would it be? It's the same thing why in fantasy football, most of the times, people will prefer a scrambling quarterback over a pocket quarterback. Rushing touchdowns, I believe, for a quarterback gives you a lot of points instead of passing touchdowns. So you'll see something like somebody pick who's a scrambling quarterback, like really, really scramble. I can't really think of one, but it's one of those things like people say Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL. There's a reason why some people will probably pick Jalen Hurts over Patrick Mahomes. Jalen Hurts can generate more points because he's more of a dual threat than Patrick Mahomes. So it's more of that type of thing. Or why? Who else? What other quarterback get rushing touchdowns like that? I can't really think of one off the top of my head, but those are the two I could think of, like Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts. And I'm a Hurts guy, but Patrick Mahomes at this moment is better than Jalen Hurts. But you look at a fantasy draft, you will possibly pick Jalen Hurts over Patrick Mahomes just to get the points. So that's why I'm assuming that's what they're talking about. But I guess AJ Brown is sick of seeing this Ceedee Lamb versus AJ Brown type thing because it's not a fair comparison. No offense, Ceedee Lamb, it's just not. I know people gonna keep pulling out the clip him versus James Bradbury, but where Ceedee Lamb get most of his meat and potatoes is in the slot, and that's cool. That's fine. There's a lot of great receivers that do that, especially nowadays. But hey, man, what do you think? How do you feel about what AJ Brown said? Is he just going on his typical Twitter rant? I still love my guy AJ, but it's a Twitter rant. But this is Eagle Al. I'm out.